it's Tanya, and I'm here doing a layout, and this is a combination of a couple of kits that I put together. I think I started using them for my scrap lifting series, and that went by the wayside because I evidently have very little follow through. However, I did this one and I thought it came out really pretty, so I thought I would share it with you. So yeah, I think I've got June and July Hip Kit Club kits in this lot, and some others maybe. I don't know anymore. It all blurs in the end, doesn't it? But it's my stash and I'm using it up, so that's a win in my book. And yes, I have actually scrapbooked this photograph before, but I'm doing it again because I love it so much. Oh, the story behind it is actually, it's okay. I pulled a typical Tanya, and yeah, I do this often, but my husband very sweetly organized for me to do a photography course. It was just a one-day course, and it was at this very beautiful farmhouse or farm stall. That's what it is. It was at a wine farm stall type place, you know, very, very pretty. Anyway, I went there and I took it all in and I listened to what I was supposed to do and all the rest of it, and then I decided after that, obviously, I needed to implement some of the tips that I had picked up, and one of the tips that they had said is change your perspective. And they gave examples about how you can either go from up high and take a shot, you know, below you, or go down low and take the shot above you, that kind of thing. So we were at my brother-in-law's place, and they've got a gorgeous garden, and we always like to take photographs there. So I had these two, and I decided to change my perspective by lying down on the grass. And that was the result. Oh my gosh, they have never laughed so hard in their entire lives. This was a couple of years back now. They probably would still laugh their tushies off, but just explaining the young looking faces in the photograph. But yeah, they thought it was hysterical. I didn't think it was hysterical. I thought I was being ever so, you know, clever by taking a different perspective, but I'm glad I did, because yeah, I captured this photograph and I just love it because it's this unbridled not joy but laughter that is coming from them. It's just you can just see it in the photograph, and you can actually see the two personalities there. Tamsin's all out with her character, and she's a very she's a not dramatic, well yeah, no, she is dramatic, but she you know, displays emotion much more, whereas Jessica's a bit more reserved, and so yeah, that's shown there too. And I have actually kept in almost my entire process as to how I came up with my title. You may know by now that I do enjoy doing these long titles, and I use it like my journaling, and it kind of personifies the sentiment I'm trying to get across with my layouts. And yeah, so there you go. I took from that pattern paper, I cut out the happy and the days, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to make the title "Their Days Are Made Insanely Happy" by their mother, or their mom. I think I ended up with their mom, and I kind of was trying to get it to line up with those stripes on the right hand side, and yeah, you can see I'm battling. I had it, but then I realized when I look back on this that the reason why it was looking so good when I originally had it was because I hadn't got the words in the right order. You'll see there now. I've got the days there, and I've got the there, and I can't understand why it's not lining up the way I had it before. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What you're seeing is my entire process about how I shift and I move it around, and I think it's called nestling, and I nestle my words and my actual individual letters in a way that it looks good to my eye. And the there and the there I repeated in the same font and color because it's that whole repetition thing, and I just thought, you know, it looked good. And yeah, I'm going to fiddle with this title quite a bit actually, so I do apologize if you find that terribly boring. I just thought I'd keep it in just to show you that yeah, sometimes one has to think and move and manipulate in order for it to look like something you want. And so I then decided, right, I'm going to use those flowers. You'll see I've got them all at the top there, and I love putting in 3x4 cards on my layouts. I really do. I don't do Project Life in the traditional sense, but I do incorporate them a lot. And since getting my typewriter, I am on such a kick about typewriting my journaling on them. Oh my gosh, is that so much fun. It's the small things in life that make us super duper happy. It really is. So now it's just a case of clustering them, clustering flowers together, and there we go, back to faffing with the title, because it needs to it needs to line up to my eye. And now the problem is that the mom is resting on the PL card, but the there has this gap, so that's going to bother me for a bit, but I'm leaving it for the moment, and I'm working on my flowers, and I'll come back to that and see if I can fix it up. But yeah, these flowers are super pretty, and that pattern paper, it was an exclusive one that came in one of the kits. It just made this layout so much easier to do. And what I do find is if I have a lot of stuff to work with, I find it helps to split it up a little bit, take a couple of embellishments or die cuts or whatever that you really, really like, and put them up somewhere where you can see them, and then just use those. Don't get paralyzed by choice. And yeah, I love that bit at the bottom of that PL card, but I want to type. So I took a plain one and I just cut that bottom off the other one, and I'm going to stick it on there. And I thought the YOLO could go there, but then the YOLO is going to interfere with the wording at the bottom there. So there we go. I paused it for you, and you can just, read it if you want to. And that actually worked out well, because now the there is on top of the PL card, and the mom is slightly over the top of the PL card, and so it's all coming together well, except I'm still moving them around. The reason now why I'm moving it around is because that bottom bit of my PL card that I had chopped off the other one, I want it to fit properly so that lines up with the bottom of my photograph. And then I had this gap, but the gap wasn't big enough for the YOLO. Oh dear, I tell you, sometimes it doesn't come together. Although it did, because then I decided to put the YOLO somewhere else, and I actually put it on my photograph, which is something I don't often do, but there's that gap at the top there where the trees are, which doesn't detract from the photograph at all. So I thought that was an inspired decision on my part. And yeah, let's put the gold hearts around the place. And yeah, you can watch. I can tell you more and more of what I'm doing, but you can see what I'm doing. And this is a little trick I picked up from Kim Watson, is she often does this with her layouts, is she elevates parts of them with little foam squares, and it just gives dimension and really does make quite an impact. So yeah, what can you people tell me? Nothing, because you're on the other side of the screen. What can I tell you? Well, life's going well. Oh, and yeah. The other thing about a typewriter is you make mistakes, and even though mine has got a correction ribbon built in, I still made errors, but I actually like it. I just crossed the bits out that were wrong, and I like it. It gives it a sort of not genuine feel, but yes, an imperfect feel. There we go. And I'm putting that black star at the top there because I've got black bits dotted around the place, so I was getting that in there. But yes, what was I trying to tell you? Oh, how is life going with me? It's going fine. I'm not really much to report. Work is work. It was quite a busy day today, and the kids are fine. The husband went on a trip to Slovenia, but he's back now, and he's fine. The cats, well, the cats are the cats. Oh, there we go. Okay, so, I don't have enough time. I'll have to tell you the story in another video. Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you liked my layout. And if you like and subscribe, you will make me very happy. Leave a comment if you have something to say or a question. And yes, I will speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.